Hey everyone, Sophia here for my great challenge. I'm reporting back on my weight loss journey. This is week 7. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm no longer on Weight Watchers. I went back on Sommersize. Why? Because Sommersize works for me. It's always worked for me, but I kind of was, stubborn with regards to how I wanted to lose the weight. You know, when you're on Weight Watchers, and I said that in the last video, they tell you can eat pretty much everything you want as long as you count the points. And the reality is that with my personality, you just can't give me this kind of permission, because I will just eat whatever I want and then regret it at the end of the day. And after 2 or 3 days of eating whatever I want, basically the whole week is down the tube. So I would rather be on a more stricter diet, and I explained to you in the last video. You may want to check that on my channel. That was last week. What was it called? Change of plan. So it's Sophia Weighs In Change of Plan. You'll find it there on my channel. So last week I had explained how the plan works, and a lot of you had asked me questions, in particular if I could explain further the type of food you can eat. So I'm going to go over it real quick again, and then I'm going to show you examples, because a lot of you has asked me for meal plans or at least example of food. So I'm going to insert a few food items that I ate and took pictures of throughout the week. It's not a lot because, you know, I kind of forget to do that, but anyway, it will give you a good example. So the premise of the diet of Sommersize from Suzanne Somers, all the links are down below if you want to get the books and more information, is basically food combo. You can only eat proteins with fat, and you can only eat carbs by themselves with vegetables. There are carb vegetables if you want to, but that's it. You can't put any fat and you can't put any protein when you eat carbs, all right? And then the dairies, they have to be fat-free most of the time if you eat them alone or with a carb, or you can have butter and cream with a protein, because that would be a fat, all right? So it's protein, fat together with vegetables that don't have sugar. So put a big X on carrots and peas, all right, and turnip as well, apparently. And you can eat carbs, but only in combination with fat-free stuff. So let me show you some item I ate. I'm going to move on a little bit over here so you can see it on this side. So this is an example of a breakfast. I would start the day with poached eggs, and I do them in the microwave. It's super easy. You take a bowl, you put some water in it, you put a little bit, like maybe a half a teaspoon of white vinegar in the water, you twirl it a little bit, you just dump your eggs in there, put them in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds, let them rest, and put them again for another 30 seconds, depending on how runny you like them, all right? The beauty of putting the vinegar in it is that your eggs are kind of getting gathered together. So when you remove the water with the vinegar in it, you get those 3 beautiful poached eggs on your plate. And I add cheese. So I would start the day with all protein, okay? During midday hours before my lunch, when I'm hungry, I would eat cheese. So most of the time I would eat Babybel cheese, because they're easy. You can put them in your, toss them in your bag and that's it. Or I would just have like some regular cheese, okay? For lunch, depending on what kind of meal I'm having, if I'm having a protein fat meal, I would have something like this. This is basically chicken with the juice, with the skin, with some vegetables that have butter on it, and then I have a salad with a full fat dressing over it. Now you gotta be careful, because your salad dressing should not have dairy in it and should not have sugar, all right? So you gotta read the labels, all right? So that's an example. Another example of a meal would be this one right here, which is basically something that I got at the Chinese restaurant. It's steamed vegetables with pork. That's it. That's all you have. Don't have the soy sauce, don't have, because that's too much salt. Don't have the garlic sauce, none of that. You can't have carbs, right? If you're having a carb meal, you can have this. This is whole wheat pasta with a sugar-free tomato sauce, on which I added fat-free mozzarella cheese, and I have steamed asparagus with it, okay? So that's a complete meal. It really fills you up, and you can eat as much as you want of that. But remember, if you're going to have a carb, it has to be fat-free. sugar-free cheese, and you can't add sugar to it. All right, even though the pasta already has a little bit of it, you don't want to add sugar. So make sure you buy tomato sauce that are sugar-free. Okay, so I'm on week 2. The first week, when I reported last week, I had lost 5 pounds on the first week. I have lost 2.5 pounds this week. So in 2 weeks on Sommersize, I lost 7.5. Since I started my diet on December 25th, out of all days, I had to start on Christmas Day, right? I just needed to. I just gave up. I was just like, I gotta lose weight. So since December 25th, I've lost 9.5 pounds. And let me tell you, it shows, it feels better. I can see on my face and on my neck. I can see it on my ankles. I can see it on the skin of my hands, actually, and the skin on my feet and my ankles, that I'm losing weight. So I'm super hyped about going back on Suzanne Somers. Now, this week, I bought more books. The book I recommended last week was the very first one that she wrote. It's called Eat, Cheat, and Melt the Fat Away. The link is down below, but she has more books that she wrote. So I went on Amazon and I wanted to share with you the 3 books that I purchased this week. You know, when you go on Amazon, sometimes you look at one book and then you scroll down below a little bit and they will tell you, if you buy this one plus those 2, you save money and blah blah blah. Plus I have Prime, so I don't pay for shipping. So I purchased these 3 right here. I'm going to show them to you. This is Sexy Forever. This is the updated Sommersize diet. If you have read the first one already or purchased it, read it and then read this one afterwards, because this one is all of the updated stuff. There's some foods that she removed, there's some foods that she added, there's some additional information about supplements you can take and exercise, and some recipes as well. I still recommend that you read the first one, the Eat, Cheat, and Melt the Fat Away first. I haven't read this yet. I just got it yesterday, actually. So that's Sexy Forever. That's the last one. And then I bought the Sexy Forever Recipe Bible. So I'm probably going to start making recipes and put them on YouTube as well. And this one is really, really cool because it has a ton of recipes. The only thing that I don't like about it is that she doesn't really have pictures of the food. I really wish it was more illustrated with food pictures, and you see it doesn't. So I don't know, if you are a visual learner, it may not be helpful to you, but in the middle right here, she has a whole bunch of you know, pictures about her lifestyle and her husband. And well, yeah, there are some pictures of food, but it's not really, you know, all that great. So I'm gonna check it out, probably gonna do a whole bunch of recipes from it. And then I found out that she wrote this book here that's called Toxic. And I didn't even know this existed. I've never seen it at Barnes & Noble for some reason. I don't know why. This is From Toxic to Not Sick: The Toxins in Your Body, the Diseases They Cause, and the Doctors Who Can Help. So that could be actually very interesting. And she talks about Sommersize in there as well. There's a diet plan in there. There's a detox plan. There's a lot of interviews with her where she explains that she talks to doctors, where they explain how you can basically detox your body and live a healthier lifestyle by removing specific things from your life. Now, I browsed the other day, I went on her website, and to my delight, I realized that she is selling a lot of products under her name, and there's some makeup, of course, which, you know, I'm gonna have to check out. And there's some cleaning products, and there's beauty products, there's vitamins and supplements, there's shakes. When she was doing Sommersize, and I can't remember if it was HSN or QVC. That's how I learned about her, by the way, and her diet. She had something called Summer Sweet, which was a sugar alternative. It's kind of like a stevia, basically. And then she had chocolates made out of Summer Sweet. And I remember when my husband and I had gone on Sommersize back in 2003, after my first one was born, we used to buy the Summer Sweet chocolates all the time. They're basically sugar-free chocolates, but they were really, really good. And she had non-flour pancake mix, and she had a whole bunch of stuff. And then they disappeared for a while. So when I went to her website the other day, I was very happy to see that some of the products were back and you could actually purchase them online. So I'm definitely going to check this out. I may purchase a few and do a review on the channel, just to let you know whether or not they're worthy. But anyway, so this is where I'm at. Another 2.5 pounds for this week. This is week 7 altogether. So 9.5 pounds in 7 weeks. I'm pretty happy. I'm very, very happy that I dropped out of Weight Watchers. Now, Again, if Weight Watchers is working for you guys, don't quit. Unless you absolutely want to start the Sommersize diet, that's fine. But I don't see the point of stopping something that's working for you. I stopped it because it wasn't working. And not only was it not working, but I was actually starving all the time, and I was starting to overeat and derail myself to the point where I had gained 2 pounds while doing the program. So I just said, you know what, forget it. This obviously is not working. And I said it before, sometimes you do some diets and you do them again and they don't work the second time or the third time around. This is the case for me for Weight Watchers. So Sommersize is my route. I love it. I'm not hungry. There is a lot of protein. The only issue that I have with it is that you do have to take some fiber supplement, if you know what I'm talking about, because there's nothing going on much in the bathroom department, if you know what I mean, because you're not eating a lot of fiber. You're eating mostly proteins and vegetables, and that's about it. Okay, so that's my update. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Tell me down below, how much did you weigh this week, and did you start the Sommersize diet? For those of you who watched my video last week, and I know some of you purchased the book, did you read it? What do you think? Comment down below, let me know. Is this something that you want to do? Is this something that you've started? And if you've started it, let me know how you're doing with it, okay? Post your questions down below. I'll be happy to answer them, all right? I'll talk to you later, you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.